loves his Ling Bane Ling Muta play, and you know, we casted some games of him on the qualifier stage.
Yeah.
He actually played very well.
Yeah, well, here we are. It's going to be TSL aLive versus Liquid HayprO on Shakuras Plateau to start day 3 off here at IPL 3 Atlantic City. So if you guys are ready for this matchup, it's going to be a Terran versus Zerg. Make some noise!
I actually wasn't expecting all that. It's pretty early. You guys are doing awesome.
I know, it's early today. Oh.
Cheers to that. All right, so HayprO is going to be our orange Zerg in the top right-hand corner of Shakuras Plateau, and his opponent in the bottom left. We have our purple Terran, TSL aLive, and all the Terrans throughout this tournament rocking purple. Yeah. What is it about the purple Terran?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the Terran player.
I'm all about the yellow Terran. That's my thing. I don't know about the purple Terran.
Every player has their favorite color, right?
Indeed.
It's kind of like their little good luck charm. They got to make sure they get it right on the money each time.
You got to be careful, though, because if people know your color too well, they'll
color snipe you?
Color metagame you, steal your color, and that really throws you off. Now, first depot actually going down right by the command center for aLive, and what this signifies to me is that he's probably going to go with a command center first, just because he's not walling at the top of his ramp. You know, we've seen several Korean players do this. They just drop the supply depot right by the command center. And if you're going to drop a CC first, it's not very important that you wall your ramp right away. I don't know, we'll have to see. He might be going for a 2 racks as well. That's definitely a possibility. Looks like the first racks is going to go up here at the top of the ramp. And he will probably get another one pretty soon here to follow suit.
Yeah, a lot of times when Terran players get that first barracks at the ramp, especially on this map, it's usually a good idea to just go ahead and go right into 2 racks mode, finishing that off with the 3rd barracks eventually.
He's actually going to build the 2nd racks up top and then float that down, trying to prevent it from getting scouted by the Zerg. But, you know, HayprO just crossing his T's, dotting his I's, sending that early drone scout out there. He'll probably be able to scout this. I don't know if he'll send the drone into the depths of the main like that, but I think he'll scout it.
A lot of times when you get that Zerg drone inside the main of the Terran, you're going to go ahead and, like you said, cross your T's and dot your I's. You're going to move the drone around the perimeter of the Terran's main just to get a full 100 or 360 degree vision field of view around the Terran base. So let's see if HayprO goes ahead to do that. It certainly would be very important to know, because on this map, a 2 barracks aggression can be somewhat difficult to hold off. We've seen a lot of Terran players. Yes, he did scout that barracks. So we've seen a lot of Terran players open up with 2 barracks aggression, and a lot of times they'll even throw bunkers at the ramp of the Zerg natural just to make it that much more difficult for Zerg players to deal with.
Yeah, Select, one of the first players to start using that in MLG, dropping the triple bunker at the top of the ramp. It actually fully walls anything from going in or out, and the bunkers are in range of the hatchery.
Yep.
It also makes things very difficult for the Zerg to put up spine crawlers there and take those bunkers out, because and it looks like he's actually dropping
gonna do it.
Well, the first 2, I was gonna say all 3. We don't have a 3rd SCV over there yet. There comes the 3rd SCV. He might actually get it off, and that's terrible for HayprO. I can't believe he let him get that off.
The SCV there for TSL aLive trying to get out of the way. It stays alive with only 1 shot left for a drone to kill. The Marine now starting to take shots, and it looks like the triple bunker wall is going to go up. Great micro by TSL aLive, and it looks like right now we have HayprO trying to go for the bunker in the top, because that was the one that started to construct later, so it has the less health, and it looks like HayprO is able to break through and find a hole. He's just got to kill these Marines before the bunkers finish, and it looks like he has some great micro and ends up killing almost every single unit.
Beautiful hold right there from HayprO.
Yeah.
He actually built a round of Zerglings that a lot of players forego on this map. He had those 6 Zerglings out very early there, was able to stop the bunker from going up.
Pressure isn't over yet, Pain User. It looks like those 2 Marines are going to get inside the bunker.
Yeah, he does have a spine crawler up now, though, and there are no SCVs to repair, so I think these 2 bunkers are going to go down relatively easily. HayprO doesn't really need to worry. He might lose that queen, though. No, he is going to keep that queen alive, so I think he's going to lose this bunker here. No more SCVs on the way to repair, but additional Marines are continuing to pressure here. He's actually pulling drones off the line. 2 drones go down right there. He needs to be careful, has to keep every single one of those drones alive right now. Additional Lings being produced as well, but he's losing position here at his natural. He needs to produce some Lings.
Yeah, this is not looking like a very good situation at all for HayprO. Those Marines are now starting to hammer their way down at that hatchery. I like how HayprO did keep as many queens and as many drones alive as possible. He didn't lose his queen, obviously, and he only lost maybe 2 or 3 drones. But right now, it's absolutely critical that he does not allow this hatchery to die. He needs to pull a lot of units here. He needs to make sure he has enough links, and he's got to get the best possible engagement. He's trying to buy time right now because this hatchery has 400 or so hit points. He's got to be careful with that queen, though, almost letting it go down. And now he's going to make his move, moving in with the spine crawler and the 2 queens. The queen goes down, and now we have a little bit of lag.
What an opportune moment to start lagging out.
Well, you can bet
like
now.
I was just waiting for the outcome of that battle, the outcome of the game.
I was waiting for IPL Observer A to start lagging, but you can bet the players now are preparing to do exactly what they need to do as soon as this lag finishes.
Oh, absolutely. We saw the exact same thing happen last night, and whiteRAW immediately dropped a force field on top
right
of the
away.
ramp as soon as the lag went away. So, you know, both players know what they need to do. It just sucks when you're right in the rhythm of microing, you're right in the heat of battle, and, you know, that's when your mind is the most focused and you're the most active, and then boom, you just go into a dormant mode where nothing's happening, and then you have to pick up with that same intensity right where you left off. And as a player, I know that
it's frustrating.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, I'm sure anybody who's played StarCraft and StarCraft 2 know all about this, but it looks like IPL Observer A is about to drop out, so we're about to see, because this is going to come down to the micro, whether or not HayprO keeps that hatchery alive or not. His Zerglings are coming in. Remember, they do not have speed. He buys time to get the spine crawler down at the front of the hatchery, which is going to be so helpful. And with the amount of links he's got out on the field now, I think that hatchery is going to stay alive.
Yes, but HayprO has taken an absurd amount of damage thus far. If we take a look at his drone count, he's only up by 3 right now. He's been forced to produce all these lings. He has no map control. He's fully contained inside of his base right now. And, you know, that is the purpose of the 2 racks. If you're not going to kill the Zerg opponent, you're certainly going to force some damage one way or another. And aLive has forced quite a bit of damage here.
Yeah, and it looks like the Marines staying on their ramp for now. Now, the important thing here for TSL aLive is to not lose all of his Marines. He is going to stutter step micro back down the ramp and kill off several more Zerglings. May have an opening to pick off the spine crawler, but with that many queens in the back, I don't think so either.
Yeah, he only has 5 Marines right now as well, but if we head back over to his base, look how many Raxes he has. 4 Raxes already up, a factory coming as well. Interesting, no wall at the front of his base. Obviously not worried about some sort of a Baneling bust, or, you know, even when HayprO eventually does get speed, he should be a little bit concerned about that.
That speed is insanely late.
And we saw this last night from HayprO as well, or 2 nights ago rather, in the qualifier stage. He gets a very, very late gas, and, you know, he stops mining gas for quite some time, really just powers up, takes an early 3rd, gets a ton of drones, but we see him floating up to 600 right now, so he still hasn't dropped that 3rd. There we go. He got his macro hatch in his main.
And it looks like you were mentioning about TSL aLive's pseudo wall at the front. It is now starting to be constructed with a bunker in the back as well, so he's going to be fairly prepared for any kind of Zergling harass that may come his way. Overlord gets in there, scouts potentially all 4 barracks. Before going down, we'll go ahead and take a look at his vision. Yes, he did see the 4 barracks. So at this moment, Liquid HayprO probably knows about all the bio that could potentially be on the field, but, you know, that's a lot of barracks to throw down at this point in the game, and he's got to be concerned about a possible 2-base timing push, which always does come from the Terran.
Yeah, but the thing I really like is that aLive actually added all of his add-ons here at the same time on the Raxes. So he's working off of 3 reactors right now. Stim is about to finish. This early on in the game, that's actually really good for him. A lot of Terran players will wait to get those add-ons until later on.
Absolutely.
So powering up those reactors is going to give him a lot of production. He's already going to be able to produce tanks here. Still no reactor on the starport, but I don't think that he necessarily has enough gas.
Weren't you talking about this build before? You were calling it the power reactor build?
Yeah, it's actually a build that Garrett Nadagast had been talking about quite a bit, and he thought that the Koreans would eventually adopt it, and it looks like they have.
It looks like one of them has at the very least. Well, this is a lot of Marines to come out at this stage in the game, and I was referring to this before. The Zerg player has to be very concerned about the amount of Marines that can be out on the field. Now, does HayprO have a Baneling nest out right now? Because that can certainly be his saving grace, and no, he does not. His creep spread not all together either. There's only 1 line of creep tumors thus far, and it looks like the Marines and the Lone Hellion may look to bust up this ramp. Oh my god, HayprO!
Stim is done too. This could be horrible.
He gets a flank around the Marines, though, and it looks like he's going to be able able to clear up that Marine attack party
Where
very
did all
easily.
those lings come from?
I have no idea.
I saw maybe 10 lings at the front of his natural, and now he's got 25. So he was easily able to clean that up. Perfect timing right there on the reinforcements from HayprO.
Is a medevac coming in at the
It's
12
gonna get
o'clock right
spotted
now.
though.
The Zerglings may see that medevac
They
if
do.
HayprO's paying attention. And I'm not sure if he is. He is pulling all of his links back right now, so he should be able to dispatch of these Marines with minimal damage.
Yeah, he definitely knows about this drop. Hightailing it back to his main right now. Few Zerglings that are already there will buy enough time for the reinforcement Zerglings to make their way over there. Is he going to get the medevac?
No, he will not.
No, he's not. But he holds on strong, doesn't take much damage from that drop. And that's the important thing here. As long as he continues to mitigate all the drop damage, doesn't get a lot of his drones killed, he'll be in a great spot. But at the same time, aLive gearing up for his second push here, combat shield and siege mode, gonna finish this time, +1 already done on his infantry weapons. So this push from aLive is gonna be pretty nasty.
Yeah, and this is the dreaded 2-base push with tanks included that Zerg players have to really be concerned about. You need to have a lot of creep spread in the middle of the map. You need to make sure that you've got Banelings out at some point as well. Now, if you're gonna forego Banelings Stefano style, then you've got to have your Lings with +1/+1 ready to go. And we do have those upgrades on the way right now. +1 melee, +2 Carapace. So the Zerglings already have a Carapace upgrade, which is actually really good against Marines, which do those kind of small target fire damage. Now here comes the Zerglings. They are going to wrap around one of the tanks, pick them off, but they are unable to get the rest of the Marines, and as a result, it looks like HayprO is going to lose that third hatchery.
He's also dropping in the back of the main at the exact same time. So much damage being done here by aLive. He's already denied the third.
Oh, he's going to lose the dropship, though, and it goes down.
Yeah, but look at the front. He's pressing straight onto the creep. He's killed all the tumors. This is HayprO's last chance right here. If he wants to hold on, he has to kill the remainder of these Marines.
Absolutely.
I don't think that he has enough to do it, though.
Oh, my goodness. And there's reinforcements arriving all the way from the left side here. This is looking, well, worse and worse for HayprO as time goes on.
It's definitely looking grim. He's been contained to 2 base here. Third command center already going up for aLive. aLive just making it look like clockwork, hitting all of his timings at perfectly, hitting upgrade timings. And if you saw there during the game how he synced all of his upgrades together as he attacked one at a time. First attack, he hit stim timing. Second attack, he hit combat shield with siege mode timing. And now he is just mopping up the remainder of HayprO's base here.
Yeah, you know, I kind of like what HayprO is trying to do, very similar to Stefano style with Lings with +1/+1 early on in the game, but against this reactor power style, you really need a Baneling nest out as quickly as possible. You just can't deal with that amount of Marines in that short amount of time.
I totally agree with you. I think a Baneling nest is absolutely necessary.